And let me bring up before all of you a warrior, the voice of this campaign, the one who made it happen, brothers and sisters. Let's give a Massachusetts welcome to Barbara Madeloni, the president of the Mass MTA.
This is about we. We did this. We did this. We beat back the privateers. We beat back the profiteers that were trying to steal and buy our public school. We did that, right? And we did it, just so you understand, we did it in Boston. We did it in Leominster. We did it in New Bedford, in Newton, in Holyoke, and I want to give a special shout out to my home court, Northampton. We crushed them in Northampton. And here's how we did it. We did it because we pulled together a coalition of educators, of parents, of students, of labor, of community members, and we said we value our public schools and we're going to stand by them. And they came at us. Let's be at all unclear about what happened with this. A year ago, they came at us with what I was calling a three-pronged attack, right? They said, we're coming after you with a lawsuit. And if that doesn't scare you, we're gonna get you in the State House. And if that doesn't scare you, we've got $18 million that we're gonna spend to silence your voices and shut you down. They thought we would be scared. And honestly, sometimes I was. But you know what we did? We beat their money through democracy. Doors knocked on and phones called. 2 million. That's what democracy looks like. Democracy looks like all those conversations that we had where we talked to people, and what we discovered was that they deeply value public education. They care about it, and they want to fight for it. And the lies we've been told for the past 20 years about our failing schools and people looking out for themselves and not for each other, we unsettled those lies. We exposed them as the lies that they are. So let's shout out who did this. Let's talk first about the parents. And looking out there right now, I see some of those parents. And you were my Twitter company late into the night, right? When we were scared. And let's give it up to the students, man. They use poetry and prose and chants and energy. And every time the students stepped forward, I remembered why we do this, and I remembered what's really possible in a public education system that allows our children to sing. So beautiful work from our students. And our sisters and brothers in labor, who knocked on doors, who made phone calls, who helped people understand. And let's give it up for the 103 sign and the carpenter sign and the work that the building trades did to get all of our signage up across the city last night. We did this work together. And let's talk a little bit about some of our elected officials, those real Democrats who said from the beginning that they were going to stand with us. We got one of them right back there right now. These were... These were the Democrats who said we cannot create a two-tiered system. They understood that the values that Democrats have always held for labor and for the public good, that they were going to fight for them, even when it looked like we were losing. And don't forget that back in March, the numbers were 57 on their team and 34 on our team. And you know what? We better than flipped that. We better than flipped that. The last group I want to talk about is I want to talk about the 110,000 teachers, educators in the Massachusetts Teachers Association, the 25,000 AFT Mass members who every day go into our schools and colleges and commit themselves to the well-being of our students, of our communities, and our democracy in the work that they do. And they do it, and we contribute money to make this happen, not hiding behind a dark screen.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We are proud of our union dollars supporting this campaign. Because you know what you can do with those union teachers? You can talk to them. You can introduce yourself. You can ask about their values and beliefs. You can't do that when people are hiding behind dark money, right? That's what makes this a democracy. All of us working together, and we are proud union teachers when we do that. I want to own that. I know I'm going on, but I got like 2 more points, and I should have just read, but 2 more really crucial things we got to make here. It's really important that we understand that this is a victory not just for Massachusetts. As much as everybody's watching to see what's going to happen in the national presidential election right now, people have been very closely watching this fight. We won this fight. Hey, sister. We won this fight not just for Massachusetts, but for all of the educators, the parents, the students, labor across the country that wanted to know, they wanted to know, can the people beat big money? And you know what we told them? Yes! Okay, yes we can, and yes we will. We got a lot of work to do. The word yes suddenly feels okay, doesn't it? It's sort of a complicated, over the last few months, it's a complicated word. But here's the thing, we've built a social movement. When we organized ourselves to win this, we were not just organizing to defeat question 2. We were organizing not just, and it's a lot to do, to protect public education and to grow public education. We were organizing to say we're going to fight for economic and racial justice in all of our communities, right? And so how are we going to do that? We're going to continue to build this movement. We are going to go right out of the gate and say we want to fully fund our public schools that serve all children. Fully fund our public schools that are already underfunded by $1 billion a year. That's where we're going next. And then we need to fight to make sure that our classrooms, that our schools are places that every child can enter every day, every student, and experience as a place of joy and creativity and empathy and hope and democracy, where they can see themselves reflected in their teachers, where they can see themselves reflected in their curriculum, where we have restorative justice and they know how to fight for empathy and use their courage to do that. Y'all are beautiful. I've been saying on the campaign trail, you should each have an opportunity to come up and look at yourselves, because this is amazing what we've done. We are going to link arms. We are not done. We have just started. Let's not only reclaim public education, but let's reclaim the public good, the commons, democracy, and social justice. Thank you.